Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen of YouTube. Lloyd's Welding here. It's a pretty sunny day. It's about 60, 65 here. It's real nice outside. We got done from work early today. I've been finishing up my welds on this rack. This is what it looks like so far. I know I hadn't took much videos in between here and there. This right here is what the front's going to look like. It's going to have a piece of plate right here, and either I'm going to put a light hanging out this way or get a recessed light, LED light to put in there. And across the top right here, it's going to have one or two light bars. I'm not sure, but it's going to have a plate all the way across. But all these welds and stuff, I got to grind them down smooth, make them look good, paint it. I still got to get some of the welds on the inside part right there, the inside corners over there. This brace broke loose, so it fell off the table and popped it. So I just got to pull them off, grind all them welds right there down, and it should be ready to sit on the truck and test fit. I might test fit it before I put the bottom in. I don't know. I went to my steel yard or my local steel place and bought some more tubing and some wire mesh for the bottom. They only had 4 by 10 foot pieces, and they wanted like $100 a sheet, which I thought was high. So I just had them to cut it in half, because if I had them cut it any other side, it was pretty much going to charge me for the whole sheet. So I'm going to be a little inch short on each side, but I don't think it's going to matter. But I'll get to cut the front to back to length. In here on this rail right here, I've been thinking about putting like a cross member in like that, from front to back. I know you can't hardly see that. I ain't got my tripod set up, but I'm thinking about doing that to them. I was gonna put diamond plate over it, but they want about $200 a sheet for diamond plate, steel diamond plate, and then aluminum diamond plate. It's a little cheaper, but I'd have to rivet it on here and then paint it. So, and there's my air compressor now. But this is where I'm at so far. Grind everything down, get everything right, put the floor in, and I hope that front turns out good and looks good when I get done with it. I think it will. And then as soon as I finish this, put the floor in, it'll be ready to hang and paint after I get everything ground down. And then I will get some help and get me some blankets and stuff, throw them on the cab of my truck. Get this set up there, get that piece set up there, get this set on top of it, and get some measurements off of it, make sure everything looks good and it's how I want it and how I think it should look, and what looks best on the truck. And then I'll tack it in place probably, or either I'll just take some measurements. If it's good, I'll mark it on there on the back of here that it looks good, and I'll mark it in place. And then when I bring it down, I'll bring it down here and weld it, and weld me some, I'll probably have to weld some temporary legs on it on the front side. That way it holds it level, and then I can build that back part coming down. This is going to be a pretty massive rack on top of the truck. I hope I didn't build it too high. I don't think I did, because it's a big truck anyways. And like I said, the bumpers, the way they look, I think it's gonna all fit and flow. If not, then it'll be for sale, I reckon. I just won't put it on my truck. But there it is. Keep y'all updated. Alright guys, I sped this up to 7 times the speed. Save y'all from all the boring stuff. But I'm grinding all the welds down right here. And as I'm doing that, I'm going around and checking and make sure I did not miss any welds. When you're dealing with square tubing, something like this, and you have a bunch of stuff tacked together, and then you go back around and weld it, it's real easy to miss welds, and I did find, I think, one or two that I missed. But that's basically what I'm doing now, just grinding everything down and then checking my welds, make sure everything's right. All right, guys, got it flipped over. Put the cross member in across here. I was just gonna put some of these in there and, you know, put cross braces and run them even into the side, so it gave me an inch more space in the rack itself on the inside. But I tacked them in there and I started pushing on them, and they flexed pretty good bit. Well, if I'm gonna be up there walking around or anything like that, then I want to make sure it ain't gonna flex, or move, or scratch the top of my truck or anything like that, or break. So I put the 1x3 right straight down the center. I'm gonna put a weld here on each side, and from right here to right here, that should hold plenty of weight. Plus there's gonna be that wire mesh on there. So I'm gonna get everything here finished welding up. Alright guys, this is where I've gotten to. I've got the mesh in the bottom. I've got it tacked probably every 5 inches or so all the way down and around. On these sides, I'll probably take some of this square tubing and add a couple more uprights in there to kind of fill those gaps in on each side, and probably do the back the same. But it's going to be sitting 16 inches from right here back is going to be hanging over. So I put it on the truck the other day. I got some pictures of it. I think it's going to look pretty good, especially when I get it painted black and get everything done to it. But this is where I'm at, guys. Alright guys, got it mounted up there. This is what it's going to look like on the truck. I'm getting ready to start working on the back pieces here. Everything's pretty level where it's at. Got it tacked right there in 2 places and 2 on the other side, and kept the clamps on just in case. But everything from, you know, here to the framework's measuring out true. I'm a slight bit off of kilter right there. It's about a 1/2 inch off. That front side up here, right up there, is a little high, and I think this back corner might be too. I think it's got a little bow in the middle. When you're working with a small table and then dirt floor, like I said, it's hard to. Concrete's the best place, or a big steel table, like a 5x10 steel table is best to use. Or it could have been true, and welding it warped it because I didn't have it clamped to a table. But 5x10 table, 1/2 inch thick or thicker, always helps. But I've got it. That's how it's going to look. It's going to fit down in there. So we got that. I got those are the direction that the back pieces are going to go up, and they're going to go up and either connect to this outside corner or connect somewhere on the inside. I'm not sure yet. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna probably tack them in place and then see what kind of angles I'm gonna have to cut, because that right there is gonna have one sharp angle. It's gonna have a weird angle. I ain't gonna be able to. I'm gonna have to cut and grind. So, but other than that, this is where I'm at. I might come back in here, like I said, and put some pickets. I haven't quite decided yet. I run out of 1x1 square tubing, longer stuff. I've got, you know, some smaller pieces that I know I could put on there, but I don't know. Probably won't do it unless I go get some more. And then I still got to plate the front. So That's where we're at.